Offshore oil and gas reserves primarily along coastlines in Alaska, California, Louisiana, and Texas account for a large proportion of the oil and gas supply in the United States. In August 2015, President Obama authorized Royal Dutch Shell to expand drilling off Alaska's northwest coast. Many proponents of offshore drilling argue that tapping into the vast amount of oil and gas reserves in the Arctic will help shore up national security interests for the United States, bolster its economy, and would force and offer Americans a reliable, safe supply of oil. According to Robert Bright, Senior Fellow at the Manhattan Institute for Policy Research, there are enormous amounts of recoverable energy resources in the Arctic. The Department of Energy estimates them at something on the order of 400 million barrels of oil equivalent in natural gas and oil. That's 4 times that crude oil reserves of Crete. Framed this way, drilling in the Arctic presents a way for Americans to mitigate risk from dependence on foreign oil and build the local and national economies by creating jobs and supplying cheap oil. A competing point of view charges that offshore oil drilling poses immense risk to the environment while reinforcing a reliance on dirty, environmentally unfriendly sources of energy. Environmentalists argue that oil companies have not demonstrated the capability to clean up an oil spill in water obstructed by ice. The content extracting oil only perpetuates a fossil-fuel economy and will contribute dangerously to rising global temperature, thereby exacerbating climate change. Granting Shell the permit to drill in the Arctic was the wrong decision, and despite its far from over, said Michael Brook, Executive Director of the Sierra Club. The people will continue to call on President Obama to protect the Arctic and their environment.
Framing. A frame of reference or point of view refers to the way we look at a given situation. How a person views that situation can affect her understanding of the facts and influence how she determines right from wrong. Some frames minimize or even omit the ethical aspects of a decision. For example, studies show that if people are prompted to frame a situation only in terms of money or economic interests, they often leave out ethical considerations. In any kind of decision-making, context counts. The simple reframing of a situation or equation can produce a totally different answer from the same person. For example, people would rather buy a hamburger made of meat labeled 75% fat-free than meat labeled 25% fat. In fact, when questioned, these people will tell you that the 75% fat-free burger tastes better than the 25% fat burger, even though the burgers are identical.
How an issue is framed is definitely one of the most important parts of when you're considering something.
Of course, when people are framing things, they're going to try to make it as good as possible. They're not going to show you the bad, they're not going to show you the negative.
2 minutes.
I find the environmental argument more compelling than the other. I understand by tapping into the oil and gas reserve in the Arctic will bolster our economy and make us more independent, but humans are deteriorating the environment by continuously relying on fossil fuels. The offshore drilling will destroy native animals' habitats, all while increasing the rate of climate change. Climate change is already melting the sea ice. Other than the animals, we are also hurting ourselves by putting more pollution in the atmosphere. I were President Obama, I would be pushing the use clean, renewable energy sources instead of relying on fossil fuels. It will take a long time, but in the end, it is for the long term, and it will make us a leader in pushing for renewable energies. The only ethical dilemma that concerns offshore drilling is the environment and the animals that live in it. We should not be sacrificing other creatures for our own greedy purposes.
Question: do you think there are unintended or undesirable consequences of framing Arctic drilling as either or issue? Why or why not? My answer: yes. This is because we are not seeing the bigger picture about this issue. Regardless of our opinions, the decision has been made. We can absolutely feel a certain way about it, but it is not changing the outcome. And yet, we will have to live with the outcome. Environmentalists are always going to be negative connotation on anything that has to do with the environment. Hence, someone is going to have a different view than the others. At least with framing, we have able to get a good majority of people on his side with talking about the positive consequences. Next question. Can you think of an example of another contentious issue that has been framed in an either or way? What would be an ethically ideal way to resolve this issue and why? The recent issue, which is regarding on the pandemic happening right now, coronavirus will generate a series of theories about its origin and the reason it spread. There are those who say that the natural origin of the virus has been verified. Others say that the virus was intentionally released into the air. Some people argue that 5G technology weakens the immune system in humans and that coronavirus, already present in the environment, has begun to spread so easily. Whatever the reason, consider that either right now is could avoid all kinds of accusations that can put humanity at greater risk. In order to preserve ourselves as human race, what ethically acceptable is to unite forces from action. There are many differences between human beings, but only as one humanity to overcome this unforeseen global tragedy.
Please join our call for a global ceasefire to focus on our common enemy, the virus.
In conclusion, offshore drilling really give impact to not only human community but give a bad impact to wildlife habitat. People also label as the oil and gas drilling is a dirty business as this activity disrupting wildlife, water sources and human health. Hence, drilling the Arctic Ocean is obviously unethical behavior to do because we all knew that the Arctic Ocean is one of the purest and fragile places left on the planet. That place is in trouble as that huge size, remote location and extreme weather conditions and combined with the complete lack of infrastructure for responding to oil spills only make drilling in the Arctic Ocean extremely dangerous. Broken ice and other severe weather conditions in the Arctic can make any large oil spill or well blowout terrible for the amazing life in the area, and if that happens during the drilling activity, any emergency response team will have a difficulty to respond. Other than human community, we should worry more about wildlife habitat that living in this area. Wildlife is facing extinction, and this activity might make things even worse. Expansion of oil and gas drilling in their habitat would devastate the species should a spill occur. Contact with spill oil would kill polar bears and impact the entire food web of the Arctic ecosystem. As for that, this unethical activity should have been banned, especially in this area as Arctic is the most important place to the world. This is because Arctic also helps circulate the world's ocean currents, moving cool and warm water around the globe, and give one of the reasons why we still live in comfort today.